Imagine. But when you were teaching in Maastricht back then, you were also performing already? Is it in your veins?
No, it started when we played at the big festivals. I think it was 3 years ago when we started to do the bigger things, and then it's growing. You don't do the thing performing. It's growing. You don't
day one you have to show ready.
Yeah,
It's
sure.
like
You're not ready. You're growing in the process. Yeah.
I think performing can be, although right now it happens really naturally. While we're in the booth, we're not really thinking about, okay, now we're gonna jump, now we're gonna wave our hands in the air, now we're gonna clap. It happens all naturally, but still, performing on its own can be a skill, and it's of course a skill that's developing over time. I remember even last year, now that's already 2 years ago by the way, but it was like a massive festival in France. It's called Electro Beach, and I think back then it was by far the biggest festival that we played at. The stage was between 15 and 20,000 people, just one stage.
Wow.
Which is a pretty amazing crowd, especially if you're, I think before that the big stage was like 5,000, which is also pretty big, but
5,000 people is big? It's huge.
Yeah, quite a lot of people, but like the 15 to 20,000 was amazing. We were like, okay, I think we won't get away with just headbanging or something. I mean, we really gotta, try to transmit our energy to the crowd a bit more. And at that point, we're really thinking about how to act on stage, what's working. But as soon as we realized that, we were on the stage and we got so many people jumping and yelling, it all went automatically. We climbed on the DJ booth, we walked to the audience in the front of the stage and
grab the mic,
put people up. I mean, that was a lot of new stuff for us for one gig, but since then it all went so naturally. But still, of course, it keeps on developing. And also, if you see artists perform like that's a show we did in Ushuaia, Ibiza this summer was the closing party of Axel and Grosso. And if you see those guys on stage, I mean, it's a big, it's a big inspiration. These guys, they climb in the stage.
It's a show.
Awesome. Yeah, it's a really big show.
So you're not afraid of doing that? I mean,
no. Back then we were, like 3 years ago, but it's still not. Now it's more natural kind of thing.
So. That sounds that you're all. So with all this experience of the live shows, you go back into the studio. Does that have an influence on the production?
Yeah, of course. It's a big inspiration when you play at a big festival. You hear all the new music, but we're also. We still enjoy the festival, so we're going to the audience and we're going to different stages because that's what we normally do. So.
It's a nice industry to work in, right? So you had a party yesterday. You played yesterday.
Yes.
We played yesterday at Semveld's pool party.
All right.
Yeah.
And did you like it so much that what time you went home yesterday?
Well, I mean, actually it was quite late, but we also went to.
It was a nice pool party.
Great pool party, yeah.
After the pool party, we went to the Jimmy Who with Don Diablo's party.
Okay, cool.
So and then it went, that went off, and I think it was for me it was half past.
Something.
Late.
6:30.
That's for sure. Yeah.
Late.
Okay, but I hear all these big star names, right? Don Diablo, Ushuaia, Ibiza. Two guys from Maastricht, Amsterdam, somewhere. What happened? What's the trick? I mean, there's guys here that want to be stars as well. What happened?
We don't know. we do have an idea, but I mean, we don't know. I mean, it went so fast for the past 1.5 years, 2 years. So many things happen, and it's really hard to keep track of. But when we're looking back to what really made the difference for us, I think was really to get in the studio every day if you know to work as hard as you can, put all your love and energy in the job that you love.
That's the most important thing.
I think so, and that will really make the difference also in originality. Try to use sounds that are not overused already.
That's an important thing.
Yeah, it's important. You receive so many demos and promos, and there's like 90% is already done. So don't try to steal something there is already. So
Copycat.
yeah,
It's not gonna make
true. It's really really important to have your own signature.
So how do you get a new style or a new sound over and over again?
Well, I
We
mean,
work from scratch actually.
exactly. A good hint can be. You can, of course, you can use a lot of presets in plugins. It's in synthesizers. You can just scroll down presets, and you'll obviously find some really nice sounds. There will probably be sounds that have been used before, which isn't a problem. But if it's overused, people will start to get bored, and they think your music to be really.
I think timing is very important as well.
Timing is important, but if you skip the presets for once and start working from scratch, you will really get the hang of this, the synth that you're using. You really come to some original sounds that nobody might have heard already.
For example, the synth of Make It Right.
Yeah.
We started from scratch and we layered it with I think 4 different synths, and we started all synths from scratch. So that's our own sound, and nobody can make it like that. That's the thing.
Okay. And so you've been producing when you were like 12, 13 years old. What were you using? What was the program?
Started with Fruity Loops back then.
Fruity Loops.
I think
It's kind of classic.
most people start with Fruity Loops, but now we work in Ableton Live. I mean, Fruity Loops is. I think all software is great actually to work with. It depends on preference.
What's the toughest part of producing, guys?
That's a good question.
I think I know the answer.
Okay, tell us.
Give it a go, man.
Finishing a track.
Yeah, that's a good one. But still, we don't have the biggest problem with that. I think the biggest problem is to find something that is really new and sounds different than all the other people are doing. I think
And people still liking this.
yeah, and people, that's I think that's the most important thing for us.
Because I can think of some sounds that sound really new, but
Yeah.
might not be popular at all. Right?
It's nice to sound good and catchy. I think what also can be really tough with if you're creating a melody, complicated or melodies can become way too complicated really easily, and people won't understand it anymore. It can be a really cool melody, and musicians will love it. But people that are not musicians, they'll be like, I'm losing track here. What is this? Yeah, exactly. So it's always, we have to find like the intersection point between that. So between things being too complicated or too easy.
You guys have been musicians all your life, or did you play an instrument before?
Yeah, I studied not all my life. When I finished high school, I went to the conservatory in Haarlem. Yeah.
Okay.
And Lucas's mom is professional.
Autodidact, or
Excuse me?
you learned it all yourself?
Yeah.
or-
Well, the thing is, my mother, she's a professional pianist, so she taught me how to play the piano. I've been playing drums since I was 5. Stopped that one like 5 years ago because I didn't have the time anymore, unfortunately. But I mean, no, that's the thing. Always been doing music, creating melodies, chords.
And all the theory from musical wise, like chords, and that's helping us really much in the studio, because it's you see so many producers
Just touching.
just some keys, and that's really easy for us because we know what we're doing.
Okay. Well, Well, you had your first tracks ready, and how did you end up signing with Spinning? I mean, I think there's a lot
Actually,
of people.
it started with a remix. First we did a remix on All Right on Red Carpet. It's a big dance classic. It was in
2K14.
2K14, I think. That went #1 on Beatport, and after that we did and after that we did a remix for Roughneck. It was also a remix, and then the A&R from Spinning, actually the publisher of Spinning, it's a different thing.
Yeah.
He sent us an email, and he was like, dude, what's wrong with you guys? Why
we discovered
yeah,
that.
and so we discovered,
That's actually the fun part. It's maybe a bit too much elaborated on it, but it's still, so we're assigned to publishing Music All Stars. It's a publishing and management division of Spinning Records, and they told us, okay, let's trying to see if we can do something together here. And then all of a sudden, after Roughing Everybody Be Somebody or Remix, all kinds of agencies, managements, they started contacting us because it was like the second big hit in 1 year, and they all jumped at us and were like, what to do? Yes. So we actually we called our contacts at Spinning Records and Music All Stars actually just for advice. Do you know these people who are contacting us? Which ones should we choose? And they're like, please guys, don't sign anything, just wait, because we've been discussing it.
So now you're talking business, guys.
Yeah.
Right, and you're talking about the fun part. But what about the business side of the whole thing? What do you think? How do you cope with the rules and the contracts and what do you think?
I think it's important always to pay attention, regardless of where you're signing. I mean, Spinning Records is a great party to work with, but there are also like smaller labels that are not that famous.
Spinning is not always available, right? They're very picky on. Still very picky on what they work with, so there's other options as well.
Yeah, exactly, and therefore we've been releasing also before, like the 2 hits that we just discussed. We've been releasing tracks for like 5 years on smaller record labels, but it has happened to us that we were sent a contract which stated, okay, you're going to sign a track X, I'm not even sure what it was called, and they were claiming that the next 25 years everything that we did would be for them, and they would have all rights.
All right.
And we read the contract, so we're like, okay, what's this? And they started denying it. I said, look what it's saying, and then they never responded anymore. So they were onto us.
Do you like it that this is all happening around you? I mean, it's a big business.
It's a very big business. It's also we worked very hard to get to the point. We're still not finished yet, but 2016 was a really good year for us. Now let's bring on to 2017.
Yeah, and we mentioned the old sound of the 90s a little bit. You remixed it.
Yeah.
Is this the perfect example of bringing back that old sound back to the sound what's happening right now? Because I'm 40 years old.
Yeah.
I heard the original track on the dance floor.
Yeah.
I like your version as well. Is there a comparison made for the future sound of yours? Is this something you want to do more?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. It's been a trend since at first you had you had house music, then trance showed up afterwards, a bit more in the direction of EDM, and now we're all back to house music, and people call it future house, some do, but in essence it's like the same as the classic house music, but then with new sounds. That's pretty much it.
Like a modern way.
Yeah, a modern fashion. So I think you see a lot of points of comparison between the old school house music and house music of nowadays. But with our sound, I mean, we of course we use a lot of melodies, a lot of chords, a lot of piano, and that's I think that's a thing that has been used before back in the 90s. But it's just a bit different, just different sounds, new ways of synthesis.
Would you like to hear something, maybe?
Yes.
You want to like to hear new stuff? Are you working on some new stuff?
Yeah,
is this something? Yeah, we have a DJ booth right there.
Yeah.
If you want to.
Yeah, sure.
Let's hear it a little bit, guys. Yes, Lucas and Steve playing some new stuff for you.
We can show you guys something. No, it's so what we're actually doing right now. We're in the studio a lot, making tracks for 2K17 already. But let's start with a track that that was just released 1 week ago. It's just announced on a Radio 538 that it's.
All right, we got breaking news here. Tell us.
It's the dance smash of this week, so that's a really good thing for us. We're really
Lucas and Steve, the new dance smash.
Really proud of.
Congratulations, guys.
Thanks, man. So that's what we're going to start with. Yeah, here it is.